Today, I want to talk about sleep and the mystery of exhaustion and why some of us are still tired, although we're getting some sleep. But I just kind of want to get a sense of just show of hands. Raise your hand if you're getting 7 to 8 hours most nights of sleep. Okay, good. Barbara and monks are doing well. Now, hold on a second. Don't put your hands down. Keep your hands up if you're still tired. Okay, a few. That's very common, and getting sleep and getting quality sleep and getting restorative sleep, those aren't always the same. Now, for those of you who kept your hands up, have you ever thought to yourself, "Oh my god, what's wrong with me? I'm getting enough sleep. Why am I still exhausted?" All the pity party stuff that we go to when we are doing the thing and we're still not getting the results. That sucks. I could do an identical roll call for diets. Who here is dieting? Who here is watching their calories? Who here can say that they're doing everything the book says? And who here is frustrated that the needle isn't moving? Ouch, right? So there's a bit of a sleep energy paradox I want to talk to today, especially if you're logging the hours, but you're not getting the restoration. You're in bed, but you're not actually recovering. Here's what most people don't understand. You all know better, but you never know. Is sleep quantity and sleep quality are completely different things. So you can spend 9 hours in bed and get 4 hours of actual restorative sleep. You can be asleep and still have your nervous system in survival mode. You can rest your body but not be resting your brain. And here's the part that should make you both frustrated and hopeful is most sleep advice is focused on the wrong metric. Everyone's obsessed with this 8 hour thing. But what if I told you that 6 hours of high quality sleep would leave you more energized than 9 hours of fragmented, shallow sleep? And I think a lot of what we do here is we look at that number saying, well, at least you're getting enough. And hopefully out of those 8 hours, you get 6 hours. But it doesn't always pencil that way for a lot of people. So, what I'd like to do is today run through understanding sleep architecture, especially for restorative sleep. We're going to identify potentially what's sabotaging your sleep. And then we're going to learn some practical interventions to start optimizing for sleep and recovery and hopefully walk away with a bit more personalized protocol for you. Now, obviously, we have the deep sleep solution. We got a lot of things in the academy you can reference, but it's always important, I think, at least once a quarter for me to talk about sleep. The core pivot insight here that I think is important for you all to hinge this on is you don't need more sleep, you need better sleep. And better sleep is completely achievable once you understand what's actually happening in those hours in bed. Okay. So, first off, we're going to talk about the architecture of actual recovery. Sleep isn't one thing, it's a lot of things, it's a symphony. Let me explain what's supposed to happen when you sleep well. Okay. So, the essential structure of sleep we've talked about before. We got stage one, which is light sleep, 5 to 10 minutes if you're good at it. And that's from wakefulness transitioning into a more sleepy state. It's easily disrupted. This is when I'm at my most vulnerable, and I actually have safe words with my wife where it's like when I say good night, it means I'm done. I'm moving into that stage of sleep. So it's not, oh, I forgot one thing. Oh, let's talk about, oh, did you do this? I'm out. So light sleep, don't pull me back out. In and of itself, it's not restorative, but that's where you've popped in the clutch and you're actually shifting down in those gears. And it's really important to do so because if not, you don't drop into stage two, which is a deeper, lighter sleep, usually about 20 minutes. This is when your body temperature begins to drop. It's when your heart rate slows and when your brain begins to consolidate memories. Really, really important for your psyche. A lot of things happen when you wake up. A lot of things happen all day. This is when your brain starts to reconcile your day, right? And then you slip into what's called deep sleep. This is the goal. This is 20 to 40 minutes per cycle. In this deep sleep, stage three, it's your body's repair shop, right? This is where growth hormone is released. It's where tissue repair happens. It's where muscle building happens. It's where your immune system self regulates and strengthens. It's where inflammatory cytokines are cleared from your brain. And it's also where metabolic waste is removed, including those beta amyloid plaques, the stuff that's causing all the dementia. It's also where cellular regeneration happens. So this is the sweet spot, stage 3. This is what we're trying to optimize for. We're talking about how to get there, right? And then we also have REM sleep. Depending on what part of the night you're in, it increases through the night. It's about 10 minutes up to about an hour. And this is where you have your emotional processing, your emotional integration. It's where you have your memory consolidation. It's where you do creative problem solving. So, you wake up, you're like, I got it, right? That was usually because of some REM that you got. It's also where dreams occur. And this is where the brain is really just doing a therapy on itself. There's a lot of work happening in REM sleep. And you could see it, right? You watch someone in REM sleep, their eyes are moving, rapid eye movement, right? This is not a passive form of sleep. So the problem is you need 4 to 6 complete cycles with adequate deep sleep and REM to feel restored. Most people, unfortunately, are experiencing some issues with this, right? Fragmented cycles, waking up multiple times. This breaks the architecture. Just think when you got that puppy or you got a kid, there was an earthquake, don't sleep it. Insufficient deep sleep, a little bit goes a long way. So let's just say you're getting 10 to 15% instead of 20 to 25%. It's the difference between 3 cups of coffee and 1. It's the difference between being moody. It's the difference between being well. It really is. That deep sleep is your leverage point I want to talk about a lot. You also suppress your REM with alcohol, with late eating. A lot of medications, certain ones in particular, will suppress REM sleep, and that will take away all the benefits that I mentioned above. You could also screw it up by mistiming your sleep, of fighting your circadian rhythms. Your body is tired at 9, but you got people over, you stay up. That will mess with your rhythms. And the obvious place that I think a lot of us are suffering, and I'm recommending vagal nerve stimulators and all the low breathing and all the stuff that we do in temple grounds, is getting out of sympathetic dominance. Because if you are in sympathetic dominance, your nervous system simply can't shift over into rest mode. And that is fundamentally a problem because sleep is the ultimate vulnerable state. You're resting. So to restore energy, we have some requirements. Physical restoration needs deep sleep for the tissue repair and the immune function. Your neural restoration needs REM sleep for emotional processing and memory. Your metabolic restoration needs proper sleep timing and gives you the hormonal balance that can be so elusive. And your nervous system in general, and the meta nervous system, can also be restored through parasympathetic activation, which gives us true rest. So if you miss any of these and you wake up depleted, even if you were asleep for 8 hours, you got a problem. There are a number of areas where we get sabotaged. Physiologically, one of the things we talked about a lot is blood sugar dysregulation. It's a typical sign. We talk about this a lot in the deep sleep solution is you wake up at 3 in the morning when your glucose drops. So that means your glucose insulin levels are out of balance, and we adjust your meals and adjust for the blood sugar levels going in. Your cortisol levels can be dysregulated. You're mistiming your cortisol. It's high at night and low in the morning. It's a flipped cortisol curve. Leads to insomnia. This is a big one. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Inflammation. Cytokines from inflammatory cascades, a lot of them start in the gut, disrupt sleep architecture. If you have a gut on fire, you have a knee that's been bugging you, you have some sort of inflammatory thing going on in your body, it truly messes with the architecture of your sleep, which means you're not sleeping, which means you're not recovering, which means you're not healing the inflammation either. Another aspect of poor gut health is serotonin disruption. A lot of your serotonin, we mentioned this last week, is produced in the gut. Serotonin converts to melatonin. And if you don't have enough serotonin to convert into melatonin, guess what happens? You're not sleeping. And then hormones go out of balance in life, thyroid, sex hormones, and these can really mess with the architecture of your sleep as well. Environmentally, you talk about this a lot, is light pollution. Even small amounts can disrupt your melatonin. EMF exposure, something that I've done whole movies on. They affect your nervous system. They make you feel unsafe, these waves. Temperature, if it's too warm, it will prevent deep sleep. 68 degrees, 72 highest. Noise, even if it doesn't wake you, your brain's registering it and it is creating a scenario where you're having to be like, hey, what's that? Hey, what's that? That's no way to sleep. And then a partner disruption, which I snore. I sleep on my side. My wife forces me to sleep on my side because my snoring will wake her up. If you have a partner that moves a lot, right? If you have a partner that gets up at 4 in the morning and goes to the gym and bangs his knee on the coffee table every third time, those things wake you up. Behaviorally, late eating is a big no-no. The digestive process will start to compete with the restoration of your system. Alcohol, I cannot tell you enough. It is something that will absolutely destroy your sleep. Just wear one of these. I have an Aura Ring and a Whoop band. They're both of them. If I don't drink, but if I did, it would scream at me because look what you did, dummy. It fragments your sleep architecture. It suppresses your REM. Screen time, blue lights, stimulation. For a lot of people, it's exercise timing. If you exercise too late, it raises your cortisol. Your cortisol levels going up means you're not sleeping. Stress activation. Start thinking about your bills. You start thinking about your problems too late in the evening. That rumination will activate your sympathetic nervous system and that will activate your mind. You won't be able to sleep. There's also circadian rhythms that are a fact. You have internal clock that tends to be more powerful than your willpower. And when you fight it, you lose sleep quality, even if you gain sleep quantity. Your cortisol, as a normal human, should peak around 8 a.m. Your melatonin should rise at around 9 p.m. Your growth hormone surges between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. when you're in deep sleep. And your core temperature drops at night, which signals sleep time. Okay. Some people has different sleep chronotypes that my friend Michael Bruce has been talking about for years. And there are certain people that skew in one way or the other. But if you're forcing yourself to be a night owl and you are living in an artificial rhythm, it can really disrupt your hormones and everything downstream. Let's do a quick diagnosis, if you will, of your sleep quality and notice what resonates. First area is sleep onset. Does it take you more than 20 minutes to fall asleep? Yes or no? Is your mind racing with thoughts, worries? Does your body feel wired or restless when you lay down? And can you not find a comfortable position? Those are all dead giveaways that your sleep onset is being compromised. And then sleep maintenance is, are you waking up multiple times during the night? Are you waking up consistently between 1 and 3, which is typically a blood sugar issue? Are you waking up consistently between 3 and 5, which is typically a cortisol issue? Or is a partner's movement or snoring waking you up? That's an extrinsic issue that can be managed. Then we look at sleep quality. Are you waking up to pee multiple times? Because that's either a prostate, bladder, inflammation, or blood sugar issue. But those are, you get to the bottom of those. Are you waking up because of night sweats or temperature dysregulation, a hormonal issue, or a thyroid issue? Are vivid, anxious dreams like stress processing waking you up? Or is it your own snoring or breathing issues that could be sleep apnea, or upper plumbing that needs to be addressed? And a dead giveaways in the morning. If you assess yourself in the morning, are you hitting snooze repeatedly because it sucks? Feeling groggy for more than 20 minutes upon waking? Needing caffeine immediately to function? Dead giveaway. And one of the ones I've heard a lot is you wake up and you're more tired than when you went to bed. Whoops. That's 8 hours not well spent. Those are dead giveaways that your sleep quality might be compromised. What I'll do is use some of our awareness training to assess. your sleep quality throughout the body. If we were to use our interoception, like our internal sensing, you're laying there. How does your body feel right now? Are you feeling restored? Or are you feeling depleted? Notice your energy level. Is it stable or is it crashy? And check your gut. Is it settled? Is it reactive? Is it gurgling? Is it bloated? Is it messed up right now? Is there inflammation? Is there a fire going on? You could easily check in on this internally. And then proprioception is your position sensing. Notice your posture. Are you collapsing or can you stack easily? Feel your muscle tension. Is it tight? Is it relaxed? And how's your coordination? Is it smooth or is it clumsy right now? These are all dead giveaways that your nervous system might be the issue in this. If we were to tap into our external sensing or exteroception, how's your sensory tolerance? Are sounds bothering you? Are lights too bright? Photophobia. They're dead giveaways that your senses are overwhelmed. How's your focus? Is it sharp or is it scattered? Or your emotional regulation? Sense it. Are you stable? Are you reactive? Watch what your external senses are telling you and reacting to. And are those channels too loud? Because a lot of times your daytime state will reveal your nighttime sleep quality. And then you could honestly score yourself. Do you wake up feeling physically restored? 1 to 10. 10 being I'm great, 1 being it sucks. Are you emotionally balanced and mentally sharp from your sleep? That's assessing your REM. Your sleep continuity is simple. Do you sleep through without waking? And your circadian alignment, easy question. You're sleeping during your optimal window. For me, it's about 9 to 5. And if you're getting below 6 on any of these metrics, that's where optimization is really needed. The non-negotiable foundations is where I would always start, is get your circadian anchors in place. So a morning protocol, like your first 30 minutes waking up, is get some bright light exposure. Ideally go outside, sunlight, 10 to 15 minutes. It's seasonally different, right? Like that used to be me going out there with the dogs. Now it's dark. I got to get it a little later, but I got to get it. It's usually not in the first 30 minutes because it's dark when I wake up. You get it as soon as you can get it, or push your day back, which is ideal, but society doesn't allow for that while it does it. School bus still shows up when it does for my kids. Know that this is when your cortisol spike starts when you do this. So then you're setting your melatonin timer 14 to 16 hours after this. Don't wear sunglasses at this time. Don't wear blue blockers at this time. And if there's no sun, you could get 10,000 lux light therapy lamp and just blast yourself. This will set your cortisol and melatonin rhythms by waking up and doing it. In the evening, and you've heard me say this a lot, is about 2 to 3 hours before bed, dim the lights, move to red shifted light, block the blue, candlelight's amazing, and settle into downshifting into your evening. And this will allow for melatonin production to come online. This alone could improve your deep sleep by 25-35%. Another easy toggle is the temperature. There's a thermometer on the wall, ideally. 68 is about right. Some people say 65 is better. Find that sweet spot. Don't go up over 70. If you take a hot bath or shower 90 minutes before bed, then the body will cool afterwards and it'll trigger sleep. There are cooling pads and pillows and gadgets that do help a lot of people. It has to work for both parties. I got a chili pad and I loved it. My wife was freezing all the time. So you gotta make a deal. And one of the other parts is obviously breathable, natural bedding. Don't wrap yourself in a poison burrito. Don't get these polyesters that are outgassing stuff that's choking you. But in doing this, as staying in the lane of temperature, core temperature must drop about 2 to 3 degrees for your deep sleep to initiate. Do what you got to do that. And then one of the things that's an easy toggle is the 3-hour rules. No food 3 hours before bed because the digestion prevents sleep. We know that. No intense exercise 3 hours before bed because the cortisol will block your sleep onset. And then no alcohol 3 hours before bed, because even one drink will suppress REM by up to 25%. Now, the exception here is if you have dysregulated blood sugar, and then a light protein snack. If you're waking up between 1 and 3, especially, handful of nuts, small protein shake, whatever it takes, olive oil and dip it in some gluten-free bread if you have to, but have something fatty and proteiny that'll stabilize your blood sugar throughout the night. That's the only exception to that food deal. Enhancing your sleep architecture, there's a lot of ways to do it. Magnesium is a big one because most people are magnesium deficient. We have too much stress. I like Mag 3 and 8. We have a magnesium product that sells out every time, but it's lovely. It's just take a scoop and you're good. Glycinate is also highly recommended. It's about 300 to 400 milligrams 1 hour before bed. What this does is it activates GABA, which is a calming neurotransmitter. It reduces cortisol and it supports deep sleep transitions. I would be remiss not to mention breathing. We have these in the temple grounds with the 4-7-8 breathing technique, where you inhale through your nose for 4, hold for a count of 7, exhale through your mouth for 8, with a whooshing sound at the end, and then again 4-7-8, 4-7-8, and then do that 4 to 8 cycles, and you'll be in pretty good shape. Do this when you're getting into bed. If you're waking in the middle of the night, do this instead of fretting. Do this instead of getting anxious that oh man, what if I don't sleep? Do this. It increases carbon dioxide tolerance. It activates your vagus nerve and it shifts you to parasympathetic rest mode. Super duper easy. It's a win. As far as the gut goes, probiotic rich foods, sauerkraut, kimchi, ferments. If you tolerate them, make sure you don't have histamine intolerance. In life, avoid inflammatory foods, but especially at dinner, as they'll disrupt your serotonin production. And then I would consider L-theanine, maybe 200 milligrams to support GABA and serotonin. L-theanine with magnesium, it's a great cocktail. Again, in the morning, prebiotic fibers, feed your friends. These bacteria that you feed actually produce the precursors to melatonin. These are the bacteria that support your serotonin production, so it needs to be there. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to effectively optimize every aspect of our sleep and really optimize how we're thinking about it. And I think you can kind of gather from here that you start thinking about sleep when you wake up. My next night's sleep starts the morning I wake up. And because of that, I am already living my life in a way that's supportive of that. Because sleep is not a luxury. It's the foundation of everything else you're trying to do. Every meditation practice, every workout, every healthy meal, every insight from anything you're learning, it all depends on your nervous system's ability to restore itself. You cannot out supplement, you cannot out meditate or out biohack poor sleep. When you optimize sleep quality, everything gets easier. Your inflammation drops naturally. Your anxiety decreases with way less effort. Your energy stabilizes throughout the day. Your focus comes back. You're emotionally better regulated. You're physically recovering faster, and your capacity for growth as a human expands. So the paradox really resolves when you realize that it's not about forcing yourself to sleep more. It's about creating the conditions for your nervous system to actually rest. Teaching your body that it's safe to let go. Because true rest isn't about closing your eyes. It's about your entire system downshifting from survival to restoration. Your body wants to heal. Your brain wants to restore. And your nervous system, it wants to reset. It really does. You need to give it the right conditions. You could start that process tonight. Your energy, your health, your clarity, your capacity for growth, all this starts with the quality of your rest. Take something you learned tonight and apply it to tonight's sleep and a little bit every single day until you find yourself sleeping better You'll be less moody, you'll be in better shape, I promise. This is something that I've spent a lot of time on. I used to own sleep labs. This is not conjecture. You do 50% of this, you're way better off. You do all of this and you're standing taller. I went my full half hour. I hope there weren't any burning questions in there. I could go look real quick. Deep sleep that I get, less tundra, or normally better, doing two different things. You could take GABA, but I like taking the precursors to GABA, L-theanine, and I really like magnesium for that, and they'll help produce GABA. And yeah, it's hard. Like temperature regulation is really hard in Texas or wherever you are, but it really is an important factor. We had my parents here this week, and my mom hates the AC, and they're sleeping upstairs. And oh my God, I'm dying, sweating into my pillow. And it's been a little rough accommodating, but you do what you do for mama. But yeah, you want to keep it cool. You could have heavy weighted blankets and you do what you got to do to get that sleep. I got to run. I'll see you next week. Thank you all for being here and I hope you're enjoying these.